Hello everyone, good morning. It is Bella here, and today I'm going to be branching off a bit from the normal volunteering focused content that I put out. Today, I am going to be talking about my action plan for returning to normal as COVID is cooling down, chilling out. Now, we aren't exactly there yet. Vaccines are just starting to roll out in the United States, but some things are starting to return to semi-normal. And when I mean that, I mean my responsibilities are coming back. I don't know who all can relate to that, but when this spring semester started, I honestly felt very overwhelmed by everything that I was looking at on my plate. During COVID, I gotta be completely honest, I spent a lot of time hanging out. I spent a lot of time knitting and watching movies, and I at one point was walking like 5 miles a day with my dog because gyms weren't open and I was trying to stay fit. I walked a marathon. All of these are very, very relaxed things that I did that were not related to my resume, were not related to school, were not related to any like formal responsibilities. I guess that's what it was. None of them are formal responsibilities. And now the spring 2021 semester has started, and oh my goodness, I had to get a planner again. What? So I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience or my action plan coming back into everything. I know that it can be scary. I have to admit I was very, very scared when the semester was starting. I literally sat down at my computer and I started writing out a request to UMSL's counseling services because I felt so paralyzed and I didn't feel confident in my ability to get myself back on track. In the end, I decided to start writing instead of submitting that form because I feel that if I'm in the height of my nervousness, I find it most helpful to write down my thoughts. That's one of my go-to coping mechanisms. And so I started writing, and I finally was able to cool myself off a little bit and just make a soft goal for myself. I like soft goals because it's a quick solution. It's a quick way to give yourself a plan so that you can focus on that, and then when you're ready, move on to a hard goal. And by soft and hard goals, I mean it doesn't have a number attached to it. There's no real way to test if it's being achieved or not, as a SMART goal would. A SMART goal I think of more as a hard goal. So my soft goal that I came up for myself for the 2 weeks of the spring semester was to hold myself accountable. Holding yourself accountable is going to help you build up your discipline a little bit, which is really what school is all about. School, and my mother is a teacher, she has said this in so many words before, that the information you learn in school, we can all agree that a lot of it is not going to serve every student. But the ability to sit down and focus on your work and finish it and complete it and turn it in and get a good grade, that's what school is trying to build. They're trying to build your discipline, your ability to do what you need to do in order to get what you want. Yeah. Coming back into the school year, I realized that I really was unable to just follow through. I would say at the beginning of the day, I want to go grocery shopping, I want to walk my dog, I want to go to the gym. And at the end of the day, I would have walked my dog because that's one of the things that I do a really good job with, just doing every day consistently. But I didn't go to the grocery store and I didn't go to the gym. And if I carry that mentality and that discipline over to the school year, what am I going to accomplish? In last semester, fall 2020, I didn't do a good job holding myself accountable and my grades dropped. So I think that was one of the reasons that this semester I was really hard on myself, and I said, you got to do something. You got to get those grades up. You got to keep your scholarships. That's the main goal because college is expensive. Okay. Moving on. So phase 1 was to hold myself accountable. If I said I was going to do something, I was going to do it. A lot of days this looked like in the morning, I would set a goal schedule for myself. I would say, okay, I want to go from this to this to this. And then throughout the day, if I started to get tired or I wanted to take a nap or I just wanted to stray from that schedule, I would say to myself, we're holding ourselves accountable. We're going to do what we say we will. And then that just really helped me start following through with the plans that I set for myself. And I think that's something I really didn't have to do during COVID, because during COVID, you have all day You have all day, you have all week. It seemed like you had the whole semester. It was just so wild. And now you're trying to come back into this world that wants structure again. So that's what I did, is I held myself accountable. One of the first decisions I made was to buy myself a planner. I said, after work today, I'm gonna go buy a planner. And I did. And I think that was the first one that like I really felt a push and I felt like I was doing good. So if you guys haven't bought a planner yet and you're a planner person, buy one. That is a big recommendation to all of you guys. Okay, so phase 1 was the first 2 weeks of school. I worked on following through, and I worked on also gauging my abilities in terms of study time. How long can I actually sit down and focus and study for? During phase 1, in addition to holding myself accountable, I also tried to gauge how long I could study for. To do this, I used the app Forest a lot. So the way that this app works, it's amazing. I gotta start out with that. So how the app actually works is you try to grow trees. So you'll set a timer, and the timer is how long it takes for your tree to grow. And then while the tree is growing, you can play like white noise, rainforest sounds. It's a very nice added feature that they have. And then if you want to get on your phone, if you want to check social media, you want to jump on TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat, and you exit that app, your tree will die. And then it makes it even better for like the instant gratification that phone games typically give our brains. At the end of growing your tree, if you make it all the way to the end, you get coins. You get like little reward coins. And you can even set it up where you say, okay, my timer is 30 minutes long, but if I continue to stay off my phone for an additional 20 minutes, I want to be rewarded for that. So that is exactly how I used my time, my phone, to help me track how long I could study for. So I set my phone timer for 20 minutes, and then I tried to see when my attention broke and when I didn't want to focus on my assignment anymore and when I wanted to get on my phone. And I would say, oh my gosh, it's been 15 minutes. Whoa. That's exactly what happened to me. Very first time that I sat down to study and like focused on one single task for a long amount of time, I looked at my phone and it was 15 minutes. And that's when I knew I was in trouble. Because normally at the start of a semester, I can sit and focus for 3 hours. But it had been 15 minutes. So I knew there was a lot of work to be done. And I just continued to use the app Forest to help me out. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot this. There's another big major thing about the app Forest, which makes it my favorite app in the entire world. And that is, you can use the coins you get to plant actual trees. I know, that's so awesome, right, guys? So awesome. You're planting actual trees by staying off your phone. What? That's why I love the app. Okay, so everyone should totally download it. Everyone should totally use it. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool. I used the data from Forest to set SMART goals for myself moving forward. And since then, I have been pretty successful. Things have been going all right. The big sign of success is that I haven't had any major emotional breakdowns yet this semester. So we're doing well. I'm gonna try and keep that up. To wrap this video up, I'm going to be sharing some of my other study tips and breakthroughs for academic success. So stick around and enjoy some study aesthetics. I've organized my study tips to build up the level of effectiveness for me personally. So first up, we have time lapses. I personally think that time lapses are pretty cool, and it's nice to look back at yourself as you rock through your to-do list, or knit a sweater, or work out, or paint a room. While looking back on a study session, you can easily recognize how on task versus off task you were. So it's a good way to recognize the true time you spent being productive versus off task. Knowing that I'm recording myself also acts as a motivator to stay strong and push through the assignment. Next up, and a big help to stay on task, is the perfect phone blocking timer. I have already plugged Forest endlessly, so just don't forget about the app. It is available to all and every single one of you. My second to last tip, and something that has had a major impact on my productivity, is having snacks and water within arm's reach. All of the tips that I'm throwing at you are helpful, but if your brain doesn't have the resources to function at a high level, then your study session will not succeed. My favorite snacks include fresh fruit, so grapes or an apple or strawberries, and then I also like white chocolate puppy chow and granola bars. Not the healthiest. Well, the white puppy chow isn't the healthiest, but they definitely do the job. I really do struggle consuming water during my study sessions, so I use my pee breaks as motivation. So if I really want a break, then I'll drain the rest of my water bottle, and when I go to the bathroom, I'll let myself check Instagram or TikTok for 5 minutes. My last tip, and a super big one for me, is to choose the right music. For too long, I tried to study with music that I know and love. I'd find myself stopping halfway through for a whole singing and dance number, completely ending my productivity at work. My first step in the right direction was listening to music that I didn't know the words to. And my recent step to damn near perfection was finding a Spotify account that has color-inspired playlists. It's pretty cool. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the band, but what they do is they sort music they love into color playlists. I personally enjoy the teal playlist and the green playlist for studying because I don't know any of the songs, and they're both very specific vibes that I love for studying. Teal is more upbeat and optimistic when I'm on the long haul and just trying to push through a project. But the green playlist is intense, and you feel as though you're racing on a motorbike through neon tunnels. It's perfect for when you're absolutely on fire and don't want to stop for a sip of water for fear that you'll break your focus. So, those are my study tips. Woo! I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much if you made it all the way through. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your presence on my channel. I hope that everyone has a lovely rest of your day, and best of luck with this school semester. It's gonna be a challenge, but if we put our minds to it, I'm sure that we can succeed. Okay, thank you guys so much. Bye. I think I'm blabbering way too much. Ooh, I'm very scared. But Alex, you can work some magic, right? Hopefully.